Hello, my name is Eddie Wall and I am the Arbor Snowboards product manager, and today I'm going to show you how to place your new bindings onto your snowboard and also adjust them for the different size boots. First thing you are going to want to do is open up the hardware bag, which will have the warranty information as well as some of the instructions, and your two discs for your base plates and the nuts and bolts, the hardware. The next thing you're going to want to do is put down your snowboard. For right now we're using the Clovis designed by Mark Carter, and if you're goofy foot, that means your right foot goes forward and left foot is in the back, and if you're regular foot, you're going to place your bindings on the board going the other direction. I'm goofy, so for the sake of this video we're going to set it up goofy. Before you screw the binding to the board, the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you have the toe strap adjusted in the place that you want it. If you look at the bottom of the binding, you will see the gasket, and you can peel this off, and now you'll see that there are two settings. One, the first setting, the rear setting, is for if you prefer to have your toe strap go directly over the top of your boot. Another way to have your toe strap is to put it on the front setting, so push it down and pull it back up, and then this will give you the option to put the toe strap more across the toe cap of your boot, and then you would adjust the ladder in the same way, and then you can just pop the gasket back into place. Now to place the discs onto the base plate and attach the bindings to the board, you're going to peel up this rubber footbed from the back. I like to put the strap on it to hold it into place, and then we are going to place the discs into the base plate. Once you have the disc in the base plate, that's when you are going to do two things. One, figure out the size of your stance, and two, decide on the angles of your feet and bindings. To decide your stance, that's completely up to you. If you're shorter, it's most likely going to be narrower, and if you're taller, it's going to start going out wider. For the sake of this video, I'm going to set it up on the suggested stance width. Once you decide how wide your stance is going to be, then you can decide on the angles. They call it positive and negative. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to do a positive 18 stance and a negative 12 stance. As you can see, we are on 0 right now, and the degrees go in increments of 3. So 3, 6, 9, 12, etc. And for the sake of this video, we're going to go positive 18. So I'll find the 15 and go one more notch, which is 18. And then I will place that right over the inserts. You can also see we leave a little bit of room for you to move the binding back and forth so that you can get a very specific stance in case you would like to get, for instance, 21.5 or 22.5. So now we are going to take the bolts and washers and attach the bindings to the board. Once your bindings are completely screwed in, you would just fold this footbed back down and you just push it in to secure it to the base plate. So we got our snowboard boot here. We're placing it, as you can see, it's a very used snowboard boot, but that's because we love snowboarding. Place it into the binding, and this is where you're going to want to see if you have any toe drag or heel drag. And in this case, you can see that there is a lot of toe drag hanging over this board. So we're going to want to bring this back, and to do that, you're going to bring this heel cup back. And to do that, you have to unscrew the ankle strap right here and the ankle strap ladder on the other side. Once you loosen the screw all the way, you're going to pull the screw out, and then you can take the ankle strap completely off. You're going to have 3 different settings for your heel cup. Once you unscrew the ladder, you're going to take the screw out, remove the ladder, and then you can push this completely out and set that aside. And then you're going to see the one hole here to adjust the heel cup and your 3-hole settings. Okay, got that. And then you're just going to pull the heel cup back to the setting that you prefer. In this case, because we have large boots, we're going to bring it all the way to the largest setting in the bag. Once you have the hole of the heel cup lined up with the last hole of the 3-hole adjuster, you can grab this nut, you'll put it back in. Once that comes out, you will place your ankle strap, put it back, and then screw the bolt back in. Now that we pulled the heel cup back, we are going to have to adjust the high back and pull the high back back as well, which will be this screw right here and on the other side. Once this screw is completely loose, you're going to see there are these 2 pieces, and then the 3rd piece, which is holding the high back in, which is this long nut, and we'll take that out. Okay. And now you can pull the high back. As you can see, there are 3 settings, and we're going to pull it into the furthest setting because we brought the heel cup back into the furthest setting. So once you have that lined up, you're going to take the long nut and put that back in. And again, just remember that it's flat on 2 sides and rounded on the other. So you're going to want to make sure that it's lined up vertically to get it in there. And then this piece, you'll flip around from how it was in originally, and then put this screw back in. You'll notice here, if it's in the correct setting, it will line up perfectly onto the heel cup. So now that the heel cup has been pulled back to eliminate some of that toe drag, and the high back has been pulled back to match up with the heel cup, we can now go into adjusting our straps. You have your toe strap here, and as you can see, this center piece should be centered up with the center of the toe cap on your boot. So we're going to need to adjust this right here. This is a toolless adjustment, so no tool needed. You just snap that up, twist it counterclockwise, and because this is a bigger boot, we're going to slide this up, line it up with the hole, and we'll put it into the second to largest. Oops. Screw it back in clockwise, and then you're going to fold it down to lock it at the end. You can test it out here. And as you can see, this piece is lined up with the center of the toe cap. And now going into the ankle strap, again, a good reference is to have this Arbor writing and logo match up right with the center of your boot. So we're going to want to adjust it right here, flip that up, no tool needed, unscrew this, and as you can see, if you take it out, there are 6 different settings. And there is a rivet here that kind of helps you line up this hole, which is very helpful when adjusting it. So we're going to go to the largest setting on this one. Screw that back in. Once it's tight, fold that back down. Adjust this, and as you can see, lined up, centered in the boot. The final adjustment you can make is the forward lean. So whether you want your high back to be leaning forward or leaning back more, and you're going to do that with the FLAD, which stands for Forward Lean Adjuster. So you're going to loosen this screw on the FLAD, and you don't need to take this all the way out. You just loosen it up a good amount, and then you can kind of pull this up and you can slide it down. And if you slide it all the way down, you're going to have more of a forward lean angle going this way, and then you can adjust it in different ways that you want in order to achieve the perfect comfort level for your forward lean. We will do the second notch. So once it goes down to the second notch, we're going to tighten this screw back up. Make sure it's good and tight, and then you go back down, and there you go. Got a little bit of forward lean on your back foot, and that is how you adjust the Cypress, Hemlock, and Sequoia.